So I was saying
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons that I kind of felt the responsibility to, be as transparent as possible on social media, because it bothers me when I'm following other pro athletes and all they do is post about the luxury cars and
the
Rolexes,
lifestyles,
and I'm like, you know what? There's so much more to life, and the reality is 99% of the people that are following you can't afford those things, will never have those things, and so it's almost kind of like you're throwing it in their face. Look what I have that you'll never have.
And there's even a bigger point, is that when they leave the NFL, are they going to still have those things? If they try to have those things,
a lot of them won't, and so it's kind of like you're misrepresenting what life is all about. It's not about things.
And football players,
it's about
NFL players,
relationships.
Right? And NFL players are role models. No matter that gets bandied about a lot, but there's no doubt a lot of young people look up to you guys to really set the example. And when they're doing that, it's not real life, as you point out.
No, and it's it's the things in life. I feel like there's two forms of happiness in life. There's framework happiness, and then there's instantaneous happiness. Like you're going to get happy and euphoria from eating food, from having sex, from buying a new watch, getting a new car, but those things will fade eventually. Framework happiness is happiness that you get from selflessness and self-sacrifice and hard work.
And charity of the heart.
Yeah, so
I always say that I'm possession adverse. I actually shun possessions because they actually don't provide you with any kind of happiness at all. They don't.
No.
There's no substance. It's about your family. It's about the people you love, the experiences you have. Do you find, obviously you're out in the world outside the NFL, do you find that NFL players are better parents or not as good parents, or is it really just the same as it is out there?
I feel like on the whole, we're not as good parents, and the reason is, and a lot of people won't realize this, but in order to be the best in the world at something, you have to either innately be self-centered and selfish, or you have to become that way. Perfect example, when I come home from training camp or a long day at practice, and I come home and my body needs to sleep, or my body needs a massage or acupuncture, I have to put that before my family, and that's something that I struggled with my entire career. And it's one of the reasons I left the NFL probably before my time.
Right, you still can play. You can play right now.
So I played for 10 years, and I was so blessed to do it. And I made financially enough money to be able to say, you know what, this isn't my passion. My passion is my kids, and there's still other things. It's not like I retired just to be a dad.
I understand.
But I retired to be able to do the things with my children and my wife that I haven't been able to do essentially for their entire life. And so it's kind of weird. I was on the gym earlier today, on the way to the gym with my two youngest and my wife, and my 3-year-old from the back goes, "Hey Dad, when you get a job, can we go to Disneyland?" And I'm like, I'm doing TV. I've got my own TV show on Spike, but she thinks for me the only real job that I can have is kicking a football and playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
And life is so much bigger than that. But it's been a journey, and I have no regrets with taking the avenue that I've taken. Now in 6 months, I might get the itch to go back and play, and I think I'll have the opportunity to do it. But right now, I'm so happy.
Right, and you're able to focus and enjoy your children. They're at an age, where you can really, really be a part of it. I think it's really interesting. So you're sort of suggesting that the NFL lifestyle forces you to be very inwardly focused. And really a tenet of fatherhood is to be outwardly focused, to really be selfless.
Be selfless. And when you're a pro athlete, it's like my first dream was to be a dad. But I realized that after my 3rd year in the NFL, I was putting my family first, and my performance on Sundays were less than what I'm capable of doing because...
And they're paying you a lot of money to
right,
not
because
have
I'm
that
getting up with the baby, and I'm like doing all the things that I feel like I should be doing, but I wasn't rested and I wasn't focused, and so I had to shift gears and be like, babe, you're gonna have to take on a little bit more of this, so I can be my best. And she was like, no problem, I got this. She's the ultimate wife for a pro athlete because she will make sure that everything that I need up until game day I have, and I was able to play at a high level for 10 years.
I'm going to tell you, outside the NFL, we actually all face this. And we go through this, we justify it to ourselves if we're not paying attention to our kids by, hey, we're making money, we're providing for their futures. At some point in the future, we're not going to work as much, and we're going to do that. And I think a lot of dads through the years, and now it's something that also moms face too, if they're out in the workforce, is when do you stop working that 60, 70, because how many hours a week is an
How much
NFL
money is enough?
and how much money is enough, and how much time, and at what point do you actually inwardly focus towards your children? These are dilemmas that everybody faces. It's kind of interesting to hear, it coming from an NFL player, that you actually face the same things.
Yeah, I mean, I think life just in general is balance. You can actually spend too much time with your kids too.
Agreed. That's right.
You have to take time for yourself, and my wife is guilty of this. She spends too much time with the kids, and mentally it drains her, and she never takes time for herself just to go by herself, go get her nails done,